Hello, Lucas here, and I'm going to walk you through my final project text-based game. I start with the demoing my plan, then I will show you the demo of the game, and I will talk about the code at the end. So this is the plan for my game. I called it text-based castle game, and I started with planning the map. It should be the grid-based map, so that's how my map will look like. You cannot see it because it's text-based, but for me it's easier to work with the things that are visualized. So I sketched out how at the beginning I sketched out how my map should look like. This is a little bit improved version of my plan because I redo it again. Then I had this small compass that I know where is north, east, west and south if I'm moving. Because it was grid-based, I use the coordinates x and y. If I go north, +1, east, +1 in x, -1 in y for south, -1 in x for west. I used the map that was 5 and 5 in length and in y and in x length, so it was 25 fields, as you can see here. I will tell you that I used vector when I was planning for it, and also I used this calculating offset when I was putting buildings or enemies into map. I will go through it in a second. So what happened, I had this class map field here. So this was one field in the map that had x and y coordinates. It had a vector of building pointers, object pointers and enemy pointers in it. So that's how it looked like if there is a building, for example castle, or some item or enemy or player. Everything could be on the map field. Now for a building I had name and description, x and y position, and object pointer to a key, because in each building I put a key that you can pick up, and if you can collect 3 keys you can build your own building basically, and then the boss will spawn and you can kill him, and that will be the end of the game. He drops like a really good item for you. Then I had an object that had a string name, integer strength, agi max health, and integers x and y position. Class person, and from person I derived 2 classes, enemy and a player, as you can see. That had a name, integer string agility max health, integers current health, level, xy position, map field, pointer to the position pointer that the player is on, and then inventory. In inventory it was just the vector of object pointers and how many you have equipped. Now for calculating offset, if I wanted to put something into my map, I needed to know into which map field I will add a building or object or an enemy. And because I had this simple calculating vector offset, so for example if I had a item and or building, as I can write here, and that was a building had a position x was y and position y was 2, I go x multiply by map y length. So I go x multiply by, so I go and plus get y position, so I go 1 was the x position, multiply by 3 because map length was 3 for this specific map, that would be 3 by 3, and plus 2, the offset would be 5. And if I go to offset 5 in my vector, so if I go vector and square brackets 5, I get to position 1, 2, as you can see here. So that would give me a constant access in vector on any position I wanted in the map I had. So if it would be 5 by 5 for example, I would still get the same 1, 2 field, but it would be a different offset. So that's just what I used for calculating the offsets for all the pointers that I was putting into map fields. Then I had more classes in my plan. I had player functions that I used. That was because we had to fight enemy as a player, pick up objects as a player. You could use all keys, then simple getters and setters, and print functionality. Inventory functions, okay, of course they had to be add to inventory, set to equipped if I want, remove from equipped, getters and setters. In my enemy functions, that would be get experience reward from enemy, and also getters and setters. Map functions, I would have a populate map, get x length, get y length, and that would be also getters and setters, this get x and y length. Then I had the loaded objects, buildings and enemies, and all logins also, because there would be a login system. So they had the function save all, load all, create metadata. That would be for create metadata. That would be for when I needed to know how long are the strings, because what I was doing was using a binary file. I was just using a simple file. Then also pointers, put pointers into map from all the objects or buildings or whatever, and then getters and setters and print functionality. Map field functions would be add object pointer into the map field. As you could see, there was the pointers of buildings and enemies and all that on the previous slide. Add enemy pointer, add building pointer, getters and setters, print functionality. And my person functions, that would be the person can go north, south, east, west, set x and y position from pointer, because I would move the pointer on the map, and then set x or y position, save person, load person, respawn if he dies, getters and setters and print, of course. Person functions would be the for override private functions, do, print, do, save, do, load, because I use the functions from person, and I show you in my code how it's working. So that would be all for my plan, and I will go to my code and demo the game now. So, and I think I'll do this in another video.